Hello and welcome, sports fans, to the Rocky Sports Talk Sheet. Today on this Saturday, we're going to talk about the starting games of the Sweet 16 in the women's 16 and the men's college basketball Sweet 16. UConn easily took out Iowa, fifth seed Iowa, 92-72 to advance to yet another Elite Eight. Who was shocked about UConn going to the Elite Eight? I think nobody after the last 2 decades. That's kind of. I want to talk about that. Women's sports isn't really talked about a lot, that as much as men's. And you know what? I don't mean to sound sexist or anything or against women, but I mean it's just not as fun to watch as men because men are more athletic. They can dunk. They can do all kinds of other stuff, and women don't really have that capability. I mean, some do, but for the most part, majority of them do not. And it's not as fun to watch, to be honest. But they work extremely hard as well. It's the same as the men do. So with this whole this past week with this whole NCAA tournament thing, the weight room thing was a joke. I will flat out say that. NCAA, you're a freaking joke. And your excuses that you threw out whenever these athletes, these women athletes called you out on your crap. And even the food, complete, utter joke. I want to talk a little bit about the NCAA. I think that the NCAA there should be rules against the NCAA. Why isn't anybody stepping in on the NCAA? Why isn't the government stepping in on the NCAA? There is just so much disrespect after disrespect after disrespect. So basically, we could say that the men's college basketball athletes can have all these catering food, where they have all these amazing made food, and then we can give the women literally frozen dinners. What? Anybody see an issue with that? Anybody see the hypocrisy in this? And then the weight room thing, that was such a joke. A little station that had maybe 10 weights on it, 10 or 12 weights, little hand weights. That was it. When the men get a full-on weight room where they can run, just everything. Bench press, treadmills, and they just didn't have room. But then, they got called out and people put on video just how much room they had. Utterly ridiculous. And then the NCAA, then they showed up and gave them their stuff. Did you give them some mac and cheese instead of frozen Salisbury steak? Some of this crap in today's world is not tolerated. Shouldn't be tolerated, and I wouldn't tolerate it. Like I said, the NCAA has annoyed me for the last 2 decades. There's just so much about them. And they've gotten worse the last decade, big time. They think that they're more powerful than the government. They act that way. And the government pretty much lets them act that way. Somebody has to step in on the NCAA and make true rules for them, not the other way around. Only time somebody finally stepped in is they can make money on their likeness. Ooh, that's cool and all. But and it's a good way to put it. That somebody was saying, giving examples like students could make profit and make money off of certain things in certain degrees, but not an not an athlete's scholarship. So all these other scholarships can. It is because the athletes bring in the most money for the NCAA. They are their moneymaker, so they want to control their money. And I think it's hypocrisy. Somebody needs to control the NCAA. Make it fair. Other news: the men's NCAA part of the bracket. Sorry, I had to adjust my camera there, guys. Laptop. You had 12 seed Oregon State falling to beating 8 seed. I know we got a 12 seed. Here we go again. Cinderella story. They're both Cinderella stories, to be honest, because Loyola Chicago, the 8 seed, knocked off Chicago or Illinois, the 1 seed in the second round. That was a huge upset. But Oregon State holds on with a late 3 that basically clinched it for 12 seed Oregon State as they win by 7, 65-58 over 8 seed Loyola Chicago. Other news later on today, I hope that Indiana, my 4 seed Hoosiers, can knock off number 1 seed NC State. Do I believe they will? No, because there's a disparity in college basketball, women's college basketball, more than men. The top 5 teams usually dominate the lower seed and the lower teams. They rarely lose. They just do. It's not, and that's one thing I want to say. Women's college basketball, I mean, you all have issues with some of the things, but that is y'all's main issue. We're bored with UConn every year. We want something new. You all show us the same teams every year. It's like the same colleges. There's about 8 to 10 schools that you know are just going to be in the tournament every single year. Be dominant every single year, basically. And it's just boring. This year, you see probably some of the most disparity in the men's side of the bracket due to this COVID thing. Just teams you didn't think would make it in. And then once they get in, the Big Ten, best conference by far in the regular season, got blown away. Blown up by the second round. Just betrayed. But, other news, Deshaun Watson, quarterback, Houston Texans. The story that I haven't liked talking about that much, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about it because we have updates. He's up to 20 lawsuits now for sexual misconduct against women. And yet it's not being talked about as much as it should be, to be honest. You sports media outlets out there, ESPN, FS1, Fox, all of you, CBS, everybody, you're scared to call out the NFL and make the NFL look bad. You're talking about this as least as possible because this story would be so big 10 years ago or 20 years ago, like the Michael Vick thing. There was no getting away from that. This is a way bigger story. And you are trying, because you know that they already took a big cut in team salary cap, and they've lost so much money they don't have fans in stands, really. You are babying the NFL instead of putting everything out there of potential victims. I think you all are sick and disturbing. Y'all are fucked up in the head. I'm just going to flat out say it, sports media, you all are fucked up in the head. And you have your heads on backwards, and y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Tuck, you know what, in between your legs, and get the hell out of the door. Get the hell out of here. You have no business being out there. And and people that are like defending Deshaun Watson right now, y'all look so stupid. Oh, I gotta defend my own kind of bro, man. It's up to 20. Again, we cannot call this many people a liar. The percentage chance of this many people lying, well, I can be a swimsuit model. And I'm a big dude. Like 280 pounds, not really that much muscle, mostly fat. So, yeah, that makes sense. Freaking idiots. Yeah, there's a lot that's going on in the sports world that I find disturbing. And it's time to call it as it is. Deshaun Watson's only been in the league for like 3-4 years. He's had money. He's had the fame. And y'all don't think that a young kid or a young adult can't make mistakes like this? What? Y'all just can't believe it just because he has money? Oh, whoa, he's got millions of dollars. No way he would do this. Y'all are fucking stupid. Get your heads on right. We know normal people have done this kind of crime, but not a rich NFL athlete. No way he could do it. No, okay. I don't know why more people aren't attacking what Deshaun Watson's camps has been saying. Where basically you have all these lawsuits and they basically said, well, we can disprove one. So far. At that point, there was like 14 or 16. So I'm glad you can disprove not even 10% of the cases against you. Bravo, Deshaun. Bravo. Report the news as it truly is news. That's all I'm saying. We got some more games later on to get to. Back with college basketball. Well, we also got the UFC today. Pit review. We also have update. We have 5th seed Villanova with a 7-point halftime lead over number 1 seed Baylor, 30-23 on the men's side. So we do have that. And then later on tonight, at 7:25 p.m. Eastern, 15 seed Oral Roberts against 3 seed Arkansas Razorbacks. Then at 9:55 p.m. Eastern time, we have 11 seed Syracuse against 2 seed Houston. On the women's side right now, Indiana and North Carolina State, top seed North Carolina State, have tipped off. There is 4 minutes and 26 seconds left, and they are both tied at 7. So keep it tight there, IU. Keep it tight. You can do this. I'm rooting for Indiana. I really, truly am. Do I believe they'll beat number 1 seed NC State? No, because there's so much disparity. You rarely see upsets in the women's bracket. It just makes it no fun. It truly doesn't. And that's just the fact. Whenever it comes to tournament time, you enjoy it because of the upsets, mainly, to be honest. Also on the women's side, you have 2 seed Texas A&M against 3 seed Arizona. That is supposed to tip off at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Arizona is the favorite, believe it or not, by 3.5 points. Yeah, whatever. Texas A&M wins. Why? Because they're the lower seed. They're the 2 seed. I'm just gonna pick. I picked the women's bracket that way, y'all. I truly do. Like, I picked UConn because it's UConn. Then also later on tonight, UFC 260. The main event is I'm sorry if I struggle to say his name. Moyachik against Nagano 2. I tried to say that the best I could. Nagano. Those two names are so hard to say. So, but anyways, you have a World Heavyweight Championship UFC Championship match between those two. That's the main event for UFC 260. Should be a good one. I know that Nagano guys had a hell of a year in the UFC. And rightfully so to have his title shot. So we'll see who wins that. Yeah. So Major League Baseball, we got the Bruins 6, the Kansas City Royals 2 in the top of the 6th, 1 out. We have the Chicago White Sox 4-0 on the Colorado Rockies, top of the 7th, 1 out. We have the Orioles and Braves just underway. They're in the bottom of the 1st, no score. The Marlins top of the 1st, 2 outs, 1-0 over the Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals. So yeah, that's our sporting news so far for the day. Like I said, there's some other sports I don't really get into. I don't watch hockey. I don't like golf, stuff like that. I'm not gonna cover that crap on here. I mean, I'm just gonna speak it how it is. There's certain sports that I'm gonna cover, and there's certain events I'm gonna cover. Coveted transfer point guard Walker picks Michigan State. Sandoval makes makes Braves roster after a strong spring. Reigning home run king Voigt to start Yanks year on IL, which is the injured list. Sources say the Vikings safety Woods reached 1-year deal. NASCAR worried about tires. The Bristol race. Shaka Smart. Shocking news there. Kinda, sorta. Shaka Smart leaves Texas and named the coach at Marquette in college basketball. I mean, he had a really great year for Texas Longhorns this year in college basketball. So I was kind of shocked that Texas didn't throw out more. But anyways, Marquette probably better. I mean, they're not better than Texas right now. Not at all. But maybe he can bring Marquette back. They used to be a really solid team. So, yep, that is the sporting news of the day so far. Hope you all enjoyed this episode of the Rocky Sports Talk Sheet. I will be back on probably later on to give you all final scores in the Sweet 16 especially, and see who all moves on to the Elite 8. On the men's side, see who joins 12 seed Oregon State. Let's see if there's more upsets coming. We don't know yet. After today and tomorrow, we will definitely know if we have some more Cinderella stories out there and who they will be. I do want to throw out here, I can see Syracuse beating 2 seed Houston. I cannot see Oral Roberts beating 3 seed Arkansas. I think they're done. 15 seed Oral Roberts to make the Sweet 16. Amazing run. Not Elite 8. No. Arkansas, too much for them. Just I firmly, strongly believe they're just too much for them. So that's what I think is going to happen on that. So Yeah. Um, if you guys please can subscribe, comment, like, share, hit the notification bell. Be greatly appreciated. Spread the channel. Let's make this more. Let's get this channel out there more. I know it's been out for about 2.5, 3 weeks now. So I think we're up to like 6 or 7 subscribers, which is pretty good for just coming out and starting out. Not even a month in. We got over 100 likes already, so I want to thank you all for already hitting over the 100 like mark. I just want to say thank you and appreciate it. Like I said, just like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and there's many more videos to come. Thank you all. Until next time, peace out, everybody.